be fine.
Yeah, I think IT is doing well today. Krishna Kumar Karwa is joining us, MD at Emkay Global. Krishna, good morning. Thanks for joining us. I think this is our first conversation for this year. So first of all, Happy New Year to you. What are you telling your clients?
You and all the viewers.
Thanks. What's your advice to your clients and to viewers after the kind of run that we have had? It's been just non-stop.
So Anuj, it's been a dilemma. Like in the last 1 week, last 1 month or so, in terms of the rally is relentless. And for investors who were fortunate enough to enter when the markets were at 8,000, 9,000, obviously they are sitting on long, very big gains. And they are tempted to take money off the table, and rightly so. But the economic performance of, the performance of corporates that continues to surprise positively. And there are various sectors which are in having massive tailwinds. So yes, you feel that there could be more gains to be made. But having said that, the way we are advising our clients is that in the short run, maybe massive gains have already been made. So you should be prepared for some price correction, some time correction. Why and when? It's very difficult to say. So stay invested, but if you feel uncomfortable or your asset allocation has tilted too much in favor of equities, then there's no harm in taking money off the table. So to summarize, bullish on the medium term, but slightly careful and cautious in the short term. And primarily because of the sharp rally which has taken place. So it's almost 45% up on the Bank Nifty in the last 6 months, 30% up on the broad indices, and relentless. So this is something which is unknowing.
Mr. Karwa, good morning. Thank you for joining us and a great new year to you. There are still, of course, sectors that have been beleaguered for many years. Real estate. Is that the place where you would feel safer? Are you buying?
Yeah, I agree with you that, so specifically talking about real estate sector, so in the last few calls, whenever I've come on your channel, I have talked about the positive tailwinds that are seen in the sector. And my sense is that the real estate sector per se has been going through a downturn for almost 7-8 years. And this is the first last 3 to 6 months we are seeing some uptick because of lower interest rates, affordability, and the usual factors. I think it's just a beginning as far as the sector tailwinds are concerned. So we are very positive on the whole chain, right from developers to building materials to housing finance companies. And if there are some right stops which are given by the government in the upcoming budget, then there could be further, by itself the sector is doing well, but in terms of employment generation and the various industries which are positively impacted, the sector has a large rub-off effect. So that enthuses us about the whole economic environment for the country. And we are very positive. The way inventory is getting picked up, if the momentum continues, then possibly one and a half year down the line, we are possibly looking at some improvement in real estate prices in some pockets.
Okay, by the way, the market is picking up pace now and is not missing out on any opportunity to buy their favorite stocks. Just look at Tata Motors, 3% higher now. Like we were discussing, it is the biggest gainer this month, up 45% in Jan. Bajaj Auto sitting at a fresh high post before its earnings tomorrow. Apollo Hospitals now at a fresh high. Bosch is at a fresh high. So a lot of stocks that the market is buying. Krishna, good morning. I wanted your thoughts on, something like a Tata Motors whose fortunes have literally changed in the last 3-4 months. The data, of course, is positive. But do you think that the market is getting ahead of itself with some of these names? Or do you think that it is just the start of something bigger here?
So markets are never in equilibrium. I think either they are over-optimistic or they are pessimistic, and that's where the opportunities are. But having said that, I think the tailwind as far as the passenger vehicle segment itself is concerned, or the expectations as far as the commercial vehicles, that they should also pick up as the economy picks up. Plus the overseas business also seems to be doing well. So I think there was a lot of undervaluation which was there, and now the market is recognizing the opportunities in the specific company that you mentioned. And so that's the reason why we are seeing a massive uptick. It's an underowned stock also.
that it's been from underowned, but it's really moved up a lot. Krishna, Frontline IT has come out with really stellar set of numbers, and now everyone's talking about how 25 to 30 times perhaps could be the new normal, or IT is the new FMCG with the kind of digitization wave that we have. You must have seen Shiv Nadar's commentary as well. Are you having positive view on IT at this levels as well?
Definitely. I think the tailwind, if you look at the quarterly numbers, quarter two, analysts are behind the curve, quarter three, analysts are behind the curve. So when a sector is in tailwind for various obvious reasons, analysts will not be able to, and then sometimes maybe the corporates also will not be able to make a correct call in terms of what kind of numbers or what kind of top line growth and bottom line growth that these companies in this sector can achieve. So my sense is that currently analysts are estimating, say, around a 15% kind of a compounded growth for the next 2-3 years. And valuations have moved up from what they were. But I believe that we would be behind the curve. There will be better earnings growth. And there is no reason why the valuations, despite they having moved up, there can be a further increase in valuations. So if we get that right, then from a 2-3 year perspective, are we looking at maybe a 20% plus kind of a compounding returns for the next 3 years? Definitely. Plus, please remember that there is a huge cash conversion in these companies. So, and their ability of most of these companies to buy back their shares regularly is very high. So there is no dilution. So every year the number of shares outstanding is decreasing only. So here you have earnings increasing, more appetite for investors to buy, and you have less number of shares. So I think this is the sector is in a sweet spot. Investors who have entered should continue to remain invested. I know there is a huge temptation to take money off the table, but still I believe that 20-25% kind of compounded returns for the next 3 years is definitely possible. There can be short-term price correction, time corrections, etc., but that should be an opportunity to buy.
Okay. Mr. Karwa, next to the IT, on a year-on-year basis, the sector that has done the best are the metals. JSW, today even Hindustan Zinc has got wings, it's up 3%. But all of them, Tata Steel, we know the big rally there, SAIL, JSPL, are they still good to go? Are they frothy, or are they still in the midst of a cycle?
See, I'm not a great fan of buying too many of these global cyclicals. No doubt they have done well, and there are tailwinds in terms of expected infrastructure spending in China, US and India. But my sense is that this is one sector where whenever there are extraordinary gains or extraordinary profitability, somehow the other capacities come up globally or mothballed capacities come up, and then it acts as a natural balancing factor. So investors, yes, there can be more momentum, but I would be very, very vigilant in stocks where the returns have almost been 200% plus in many of these companies in the last 6 months. So there can be more momentum, but this is a cyclical sector, so investors need to be very, very vigilant. So my answer is that if possible, stay away. There are many better opportunities to make money which could be much more stabler.
Okay, so another space that I wanted to ask you about, since we've discussed real estate, some of these ancillary spaces like cement, home improvement, paint companies. We have a new paint company that's going to be listing very soon, Indigo Paints as well. Is there still a lot of money to be made here? And if yes, which are the pockets specifically that you still like?
So I think as far as the building material space is concerned, I believe that the sanitary ware, tiles, plywood, the tubes, many of these pipes, etc. So many of these sectors, within this thing, should still continue to deliver decent returns. So we are very positive. In fact, I would also add that I would put housing finance companies also into that same category, which will have a very positive rub-off effect because of more real estate sales, etc. So their volume growth would be decent, and also the cost of funds that they are enjoying. And the valuations of many of the second tier housing finance companies is also very reasonable. So that should also be a part of the chain that investors should be looking to invest in. As far as paints are concerned, yes, valuations are very high, but then this is one sector where there are very limited number of companies that our investors can invest in, and they have the ability to pass on various raw material price hikes to the customer. So paint companies will continue to deliver steady returns to investors.
Okay. All right, Krishna, we will leave it at, okay, maybe I should end with the last question. How do you feel shopping now at all? Are you getting a sense that you're overpaying? Are you, reducing your amount of shopping of stocks? Or do you think there's a lot more to ride?
See, I think it's very important that the portfolio quality is focused upon, which means that the temptation to go for weaker and weaker companies and weaker managements in a bull run that we are in to get that extra return. So that is what we need to be very, very careful. In fact, this kind of a bull run should be used to get out of stocks which are weak fundamentals, weak management, but market is giving you a good valuation. So yes, at any point of time, whether it be bull run or whether it be a bear run, there are always opportunities to invest in. So I think you have to be careful and cautious whether it's a bear market or whether it's a bull market. So that continues. So I think the idea is that today it's time to be only bottoms up stock investing. I think it doesn't make sense to look on a top down basis. On a bottoms up basis, I'm sure there are opportunities across sectors.
Okay, well, I take your point about this whole building material space, because we do have many stocks like, there is Century Ply that you spoke about, plywood companies, Kajaria Ceramics, all sitting at fresh highs right now. Thanks a lot for joining us. Krishna, have a great day. We will try and touch base with you again later.